Let's go.
Welcome back to Shenanigans. This is episode 28. Back here. Man, it's been a crazy week this week, man. I got in a car crash. It was crazy. It was not my fault. The cops ran the cameras back. The dude was fucking speeding, and he ran the red light, and I was turning on a green arrow. Luckily, it hit my passenger side, and I'm not fucked up. My fucking airbag didn't deploy, which is dangerous, but I'm glad I didn't get a concussion because of an airbag, and I didn't hit my head, so that's good. The only thing that happened is my ribs hurt a little bit, but they're not broken. I got them checked out. They're not broken. They're just bruised. They actually feel better. If they were broken, they would have felt worse the day after, so I'm very lucky.
Caleb's about to sue multiple people and make a large amount of money and then be too famous to do this again. I'm too rich.
That's funny.
Yeah, you tell him about the homie who's here for this episode.
Oh yeah, we got Lake here for this episode, my friend who's here. I used to live with him.
What's up?
The Alabama homie. We got a lot of NFL this episode. First thing I want to talk about was that there's been rumors of Bill Belichick going to the Eagles in case something happens. There's a couple teams where that could be the case as well, but I think the Eagles would be a really good option for if that happened. And there's been rumors that he's kind of breathing down Nick Sirianni's back. You know what I'm saying? What do you think the chances are that by the end of or by next season Sirianni's out and they have Bill Belichick?
It really depends on how they do this season. I think the Eagles would do well, so I don't think so. But
Yeah, I agree.
if they don't do good this season, like and they do fire Sirianni, then yeah, it'll probably be Belichick.
And the other one, is obviously the Cowboys. That's kind of an interesting competition, in my opinion. I think the Falcons was the spot during the offseason, right? And then they got Morris, but so now that's obviously out. They're not going to fire Morris in a year. But McCarthy, the Cowboys. I think I would rather be the Eagles coach if I had to pick. But the Cowboys would also be. They're probably going to be vacant soon. I think McCarthy will probably have his last year.
If Jerry Jones sells the team, this is Mike McCarthy's last year on contract. Yeah, we might sign him, especially because Jerry Jones might just be gone soon, and Belichick could actually take control and actually be a good leader.
It might be a rough spot for y'all though, because you still do have to pay Dak and Micah and CD.
That's very
all of them.
You don't pay that.
Not yet. No, they're gonna. It's gonna last year on the deal. Same for we did something with Stafford, so I don't know. Oh no, actually, both of those deals are running out. Yeah, we gave him more money, but it's just one more year. So yeah, Stafford and Dak. Imagine we switch.
That's crazy.
I don't know, but that's an interesting topic. I definitely think for a team so close to competing, to have all these coaching issues and have Belichick be a rumor, that's probably gonna be rough for Sirianni. So I could see them not doing well in the playoffs, but I think the regular season they'll still do well. I don't think he'll be a mid-season fire or anything.
Oh yeah, definitely not mid-season.
Absolutely not.
But talking about a little preseason, DeAndre Hopkins got hurt already. That sucks. It says 4 to 6 weeks, and it's a knee injury. There's not been too much more detail, obviously, because they don't want to speak on his health too much because he can recover. But
people don't want to admit it, but he's on his Julio Jones type of come down.
Yeah, he is.
He's on his downfall. He's getting injured and injured more every season, and he's getting slower and slower, older and older. His best days are done.
Been done.
I remember last year he said if he didn't get 1,000 yards, he would have retired. Let's see what he got last year. He got 1,057 last year, so he's barely not retired.
He's gonna retire this year.
Probably. But yeah, I like D-Hop. I would have preferred him anywhere else, really. Like maybe a Cowboy or something. Even re-sign with the Cardinals if he was going to do that. But the Titans, I really never got that move. He's probably just going to waste there, but I like him. And then Tristan Wirfs, this is a big deal. The highest paid lineman ever. He got 5 years, $140 million, and about $88 million guaranteed. This is the best move of the Buccaneers offseason, in my opinion, out of re-signing Evans, David, and Mayfield. And they got Winfield Jr. back on a franchise. No, they made him the highest paid safety, too, so they're throwing a lot of money around just to stay the same.
That's crazy. It's a crazy deal, but honestly, it's low-key worth it. Tristan Wirfs is a great player. Like, I remember when they drafted him, like, right when Brady came. Like, that was, as soon as Brady came to the team, they drafted him at, like, the 13th pick. And I was like, I think this dude's going to be great right off the bat, and he was. And he made the Pro Bowl. And I was like, yeah, this dude's going to be good, and he's been good. So, I was correct about him.
Hate it because we don't have a good tackle like that, and I see all these guys like him and Panay getting paid and shit. I'm like, damn, it must be nice to have a good O line. I don't know, but
it is very nice because the Cowboys had one of the best O lines for like 8 years. I know what it's like to have a great O line, but it doesn't. But it sucks because ours never translated in the playoffs. Like they did, they played well in the playoffs, but our defense always let us down. And then recently, it's been our offense. But more like Dak and Zeke and not the offensive line themselves.
What's Lake's team again?
The 49ers.
The Ninners.
Oh, you fucker, bro. I remember you now. Oh, my God. I can't. I don't know why I invited this guy on here. What am I?
He's not like an annoying one. It's like...
I'm just...
There's like...
But, yeah,
but for real, though, I'm not toxic. I know how the Niners fans be, for real. I'll be on Twitter.
Bro, I mean, it's just like, I don't know, the team. It's not even the Niners fans. George Kittle does it, bro. He pisses off Dallas and the Rams.
Yeah, George Kittle can be a dick sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Like, shit, I can't deny that.
Yeah, man. And Debo, I don't know. The Rams and Niners is a stupid rivalry because it's not a rivalry.
Just shit talkers for no reason.
They are, yeah. And I don't know. Brock is like, I think he's overrated, but whatever. I don't need to talk about the Niners right now. It's just gonna piss me off. There's new kickoff rules. They were the no fun league.
Yeah.
You like the fucking running and the concussions. Concussions. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean I agree they're better for concussions and shit. But they are.
I don't think they are.
They're kind of like they're gonna obviously diminish some of the quality of the game, but yeah. I mean if you think about it, most kickoffs honestly just ended in like fair catches and fucking at the 25-yard line anyways.
The new rules are kind of different now, so it's like you have a landing zone, so you're kicking from your own 30 again, but it has to land in the receiving 20 to the goal line, and then if it lands there, they have to catch it and return it. And if it goes out of bounds before the 20, it's like they get it at the 40-yard line. And if it goes out the back of the end zone, they get it at the 30-yard line. So it's like returning it is what the kicking team needs them to do. Like, or else they're going to probably have a way worse position. And if the ball like bounces and in the receiving zone and then lands in the end zone, they can down it to start at the 20-yard line instead of returning it. So there's a lot of new things to get used to. But the idea was to increase returns. But in the Hall of Fame game, there wasn't any big returns really from what I watched. I watched the first half. Did you see any of the Hall of Fame game?
No, I didn't, but I saw some highlights. Their fucking quarterback was going off. Was Davis Mills?
Yeah, Davis Mills and Case Keenum. And then it was fucking Brett Ripien on the Bears, who wasn't worth a fuck for the Rams last year. That was pathetic. I don't know if you knew anything about the Rams versus the Packers game last year, but it was when Stafford was out before the bye week, and it was just awful quarterback performance. but he won the Bears their game, so fuck it, good for him. But before I move on to talk about the Hall of Fame game exactly, I do want to quickly mention the new onside kick rules.
Those are so bad.
They're horrible.
They are stupid. They're stupid. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of the kick. But
Like,
dude, literally
who's gonna want to fucking do it? Like,
nobody even fucking did onside kicks unless they were under those circumstances anyways. So what the fuck was the point of enforcing the rule? Everyone already enforced the rule themselves.
No, but like now they have to announce it. Like, that's just.
and you can only do it in the fourth quarter, and if you're losing. So if you're winning, you can't do an onside for no reason.
The Saints wouldn't have won the Super Bowl in 2009 if that rule was a thing. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Sean Payton can't do his like open the season with the onside anymore thing that he did last year. But yeah, it's weird. You have to declare it to the officials and the other team, fourth quarter only, and if you're losing. Really dumb. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck that rule.
They never work anyway. It's so stupid. But
what happened in the
Hall of Fame game? So it was the Bears and the Texans played, and it was 21-7 for the Bears. But the game was delayed for weather reasons, saying that it was just torrential downpour and all this. And then when the game did start, it was, the Texans were winning like 17-7 pretty early or some shit like that. And then 17-7, and then the Bears got another one at halftime. They brought it back in the third quarter, and then the game got called off due to more weather. It was lightning all in the area, so the first game of the year ended before the fourth quarter even started. It was like 3 minutes left in the third. So yeah, that's funny.
That's crazy.
But because of the weather, though, they had to have they couldn't just put the ball on the tee for the kickoffs. So now there's a new rule where, in this case, a 12th man, who in this case was the punter that they drafted for the Bears, a 12th man will run onto the field and hold the ball for the kickoffs, and then as soon as the ball is kicked, he has to run off the field as soon as he can. So that's pretty funny.
What the fuck? They think they're hockey?
I don't know, but there's talking about it on the broadcast. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman were talking about this guy that used to work for the Oilers back in like the 70s and 80s and stuff. His name was Mojo, and he was this like chunky dude who would go and like run and get the kicking tee off the field. He would take like a really big long U-shaped turn, grab it with his arm, and then keep running, and then roll when he got back to the sideline. And it was like a pump-up ceremony for them. So that's like, shout out Mojo. He's gonna have, I guess, punters doing his thing now.
It's crazy, man. The fucking So who you got for your stat leaders, bro?
So we're gonna predict some NFL stat leaders. I got it on my phone real quick. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I got mine on my phone. I literally just did some of them right now. Like, literally before we started the episode, like 5 minutes before we started the episode. We do things on a fucking whim around here.
Did Lake have any, or did he just help you with yours?
He just helped me with mine. I should have had him do one. Damn, I didn't.
It's alright.
I didn't think about that.
It's cool. Yeah, so we're just gonna predict the passing, rushing, receiving, and defensive stat leaders for this upcoming year. I just have like 3 per category, like yards, touchdowns, all that. So for passing yards, not a really hot take here. I'm gonna go with Patrick Mahomes. I think with all his deep ball threats and his variety of receivers, he's just gonna be able to sling it all around the field. And then I don't know, the running game might be conservative, and I like Hollywood Brown on that offense more than Xavier Worthy.
I agree with a lot of your takes, but I have a different passing yard leader than you do, and it's gonna be Matt Stafford if he stays.
Oh wow!
If he stays healthy the whole season, and Kupp and Puka are good the whole season, that could be nasty.
I'm wondering who our receiver 3 will be, because we had Tutu last year, and we've had him, but we drafted this guy named Jordan Whittington, and he's just like buff as shit, and he's like a 6th round pick. I'm wondering if we can make a another Puka happen.
But you also have you also have running backs who can catch out the backfield too sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean Kyron last year was kind of struggling with catching in the early half, and then he kind of picked it up a little bit better towards the second half. But for my second prediction, I'm gonna go with the touchdowns. Leading in touchdowns next year, I think will be C.J. Stroud. I just think they're gonna trust him in the end zone or the red zone a lot more than other quarterbacks. Like Pacheco, for example, is a way better threat in the red zone than I would say Joe Mixon. I think he'll have a worse year than normal. I think the Texans can regress because of like Diggs, Hunter, and Mixon. They could all fail. In a bad world, they could all fail, but it's a possible one. And but I still think Stroud will be great with his receiving threats like Tank Dell, fucking Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz. I like him to lead the league in touchdowns next year.
I have Jalen Hurts.
Wow, was that including? That's just passing touchdowns?
Yeah, just passing touchdowns. I think it'll work out because he has Kellen Moore as his offensive coordinator now. I know he runs the ball, but when he was with the Cowboys, he liked to pass the ball a lot, and they have fucking crazy receivers, and they still have a great offensive line. So, I mean, it could totally be possible. He could have a bounce-back season, and he has a better offensive coordinator. They have a better defensive coordinator. I think the Eagles will be better as a whole than they were last year, and Jalen Hurts will have a bounce-back year.
Like what you said about their coaching and stuff being different, Kellen Moore and all that. I think I'm more excited about their defense than their offensive new coaching, like Vic Fangio with all those players. That has nothing to do with what we were talking about. I was just excited for the Eagles' defense. But I think Josh Allen's going to throw the most interceptions next year. I was struggling with this one, and his name kept popping up in my head. I'm like, didn't he throw like 18 one year or like 2 years ago or something like that?
He's last year, and he totally could.
He's a menace, yeah. So I think he'll throw the most.
Mine was Matt Stafford again, because you know it very well that that's totally possible.
He led the league when we won the Super Bowl.
I was about to say, like, he's gonna have more touchdowns than he has interceptions, but he could totally lead the league in interceptions because he just slings them bitches, and he could totally do that.
Oh yeah. I would love if we had like a super offense next year, because everyone's talking about our defense, but if we had like top 3 offense or some shit like that, that'd be cool. For our receiving predictions, I think CeeDee Lamb will lead the league in receptions next year, because I think Dak is not going to have as many targets that are near that level. Like Brendan Cooks kind of failed. I think Gallup left, right? So CeeDee Lamb's really all you got, buddy. I think he's going to pepper CeeDee, and I think he'll be there to catch them all.
I think Cooper Kupp's going to lead the league in receptions.
Cool. I think if it was a Ram, it would be Puka now. Honestly, Kupp is maybe I'm like low on Kupp now because of his last 2 seasons. I would love if he had a bounce back, but
I don't know. I think Stafford really likes throwing a Kupp a lot.
It's a good connection. I just don't think he's as like explosive as he felt in that Super Bowl year, because he seemed like he was just never not open. You know what I mean? That's a stupid way to say that. It was just always open, but. For my leader in yards, receiving yards, I think Tyreek Hill is a good choice. I think if he stays healthy, he'll reach 2K eventually. Like, he gets so close, and then he gets hurt towards the end of the year.
I thought about it. I thought about Justin Jefferson. I thought about Jamar Chase. But in the end, I chose kind of like a hot take, because this is like depending on what happens to him, but I think he'll get traded, and it's Brandon Ayuk.
Wow.
If he got thrown the ball more, if he got used more in San Francisco, he'd have more than 1,300 yards.
Definitely true.
So, I mean, I got Ayuk in the case that he gets traded.
Yeah, like imagine him a main option.
You said a couple weeks ago you'd want to see him in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. That's a lot of receivers. If you had, because let's think about that plus Ayuk. If they had Ayuk, they'd have him. They'd have Keon Coleman. They'd have Khalil Shakir. They'd have Marcus Valdez-Scantling, Chase Claypool, Curtis Samuels.
Trade some of those guys because they're gonna need receivers if they trade Ayuk, I guess. Even though they got Pearsall.
Maybe they would get. Maybe they would trade like Shakir because he's the only one that they didn't just get. They just got like all those guys except for Shakir and Kincaid. I don't think they're trading Kincaid. You think they'd ever trade Dawson Knox? Because he's kind of not overrated, but like
I don't know if anyone would.
He hasn't been living up to it.
They probably won't re-sign him.
Anyway, I think the leader in touchdowns, receiving touchdowns next year, will be Garrett Wilson if the Rodgers connection and he stays healthy. I think he's going to spam him just like he did with Devontae. And when he was with Devontae, they led the league in touchdowns twice, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
I didn't look it up, but
I don't really know, though.
At least one time.
Shit. Man, receiving touchdowns is hard, bro, but I got CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, yeah. I like CD. I think
Bro, he was
pretty close.
Like he always starts off the season like low on receiving touchdowns but high with yards, but then he like picks it up and gets a bunch of touchdowns at the end. But if he has a season where he just gets a bunch of touchdowns, he can totally lead it. I got CeeDee Lamb.
Well, Dak's gonna throw a lot of touchdowns anyways, and he's definitely throwing the CD so much more this year.
Okay, yeah, so I got CD.
Good pick. For rushing predictions, I think Saquon Barkley can totally lead the league next year behind that O-line and his just explosive play. Like he was pretty close a couple years ago with the Giants, I'm pretty sure, with their shitty O-line. And now with Jalen Hurts out there in the back, most of that running game will be him up until the goal line, obviously. So I'll say I don't have him leading the league in rushing touchdowns because he's with Jalen.
I have a familiar face here. Derrick Henry with the Ravens. They like to run the ball a lot.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I've heard multiple times that their strategy is probably going to be like by committee during the regular season, but I think that could still happen considering the Lamar threat, and he just gets big plays. I know they have Keaton Mitchell, I think his name was, or something like Terrence Mitchell. They got so many random people that they pull out of nowhere for their third and second stringers they like to use, but I am excited for Derrick Henry. For leading the league in rushing touchdowns, I got Anthony Richardson instead of a running back. I think he's just going to do the Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts type shit.
I feel that, but I have a running back for this one, and I think it's going to be Jonathan Taylor. I got another Colt. Just someone on the same team.
In the same backfield.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like how... I guess that would make sense because he did get hurt a bunch at the goal line. I don't know. I think maybe he'll have a little more finesse next year, like some misdirection instead of just bulldozing through people.
I like how everyone thought he lost his job, and then he just didn't, and he just took it back.
Yeah.
Who?
Fucking Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Remember last year, everyone was like, oh, he lost his job, and then he came back, and then it was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, my first thought he just fell off.
Yeah, was it Naheem Hines, or was it,
It wasn't
who was
Hines,
it,
it was
Moss?
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Because Moss is a Bengal now.
Yeah, Moss might still be good, but I don't know, man.
I think the Bengals will definitely have the worst rushing attack in that division. Just as a side thing.
That's so funny.
True.
But for quarterback rushing yards, we have this as a stat too. I think Jaden Daniels will lead the league in quarterback rushing yards next year. Because I think he'll be running for his life sometimes.
That's a good pick. I have, man, it was kind of tough, but I actually had Caleb Williams, another rookie.
See, I would I don't know. Caleb's a good runner. I just think he's got so many receiving options. Like, he should probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
he would
I
be
agree.
dumb not to use him.
I have
Great last year.
Dude, I have a confession about passing interceptions. It was Matt Stafford, but I low-key was gonna say Joe Milton in the case that the Patriots started him. But
Fuck you.
But then I was like, no, if he started throwing interceptions, they'd just replace him with Drake May, so he wouldn't even get there.
Yeah.
I don't think Joe has any path to start except if the first two guys get injured. Because they drafted May with the 3rd overall pick. That's a reason to use him. And they paid Jacoby, so that's a reason to use him. Joe's like a fucking emergency quarterback, unfortunately. I like Joe more than the other two.
He's apparently doing really good in practice against both of them.
Yeah, I had that written down, and then you said it was by some stupid reporter, and I didn't want to argue about that.
It was by some dumbass reporter, though.
Hey, I know I told you to talk real close to the mic. Back up a little bit, because I just felt like you spoke up my ass there.
That's funny.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't know. I really like Joe Milton, but then you were fucking flaming me, so I was like, I'm not even going to argue about a 3rd stringer. Hopefully, he's a Ram in 4 years. Who knows?
But like, I was thinking, like, even though it's a dumbass reporter, the Patriots would totally maybe do that just because they're the fucking Patriots.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, what do? They did bench Mac Jones like 5 times last year or something. So
Exactly.
who knows? But I go Joe at least. But for defense, I had Micah Parsons leading the league in sacks. I think it'll be his year.
Too. I agree. It'll be his year.
Cool. We agree. Yeah. He's got like no help, so I don't know. It'll be hard, but I just think he's gonna. Was it like year 4?
Yeah, it's like year 4 or 5 for him.
Yeah. So he's going into a contract year right for now. So I don't know who they'll pay. I think they'll pay CD more than Micah for some reason. I feel like Micah's probably a problem. If I had to pick between the two, Micah might be
Like a
a
locker room.
weirdo. Maybe not a locker room problem, but just like a weird guy that is like, I don't know why. If I had to pick between the two, I'd imagine CD is easier to get along with, and he's gonna be better for your quarterback too. Because like Micah, if you had Micah and Micah and Dak, and then you had Dak with like Brandon Cooks and Jake Ferguson, then it would probably be way worse than if you just had Dak and CD, and then your defense how it was without Micah. So you just have to weigh them. But for interceptions, I got Marshawn Lattimore leading the league next year. I think he's going to be in a. Derek Stingley's a good one. I think the Saints have a really good secondary. They got Kool-Aid and Paulson Adebo back there with Marshawn Lattimore. So I don't know. I think he's the best one there for now, and it's just going to be such a lockdown secondary. Like they still got Tyrann Mathieu as well. So yeah, I think that'll be good.
Dude, I just think Stingley in a fully healthy season could lead the league in interceptions.
I think he had a good amount, a couple like last year, didn't he? He was
5 in 10 games or some shit.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And then for my last stat, leading the league in tackles next year will be Ernest fucking Jones on the Rams, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's his defense now. That's what Donald told him before he retired. It's his defense.
Okay.
And he's going into a contract year.
I have a Titan. Al Shire. Or however you say it. Shire? Al Shire?
Don't hold your breath, but I think that guy just got suspended.
Fuck!
I'm not gonna lie. I think he just got suspended.
That sucks ass because he was really good last year, but I'm not gonna lie. But my secondary pick was gonna be Roquan Smith.
Roquan Smith's a good one.
Because Patrick Queen just left, and even though Patrick Queen I think is good and he's gonna get better on the Steelers, I think his stats are gonna get fucking split among many people because the Steelers have many people, and
I might be wrong about
Patrick Queen gone. Roquan Smith could definitely fucking have way more tackles now too, even though he already was really like top 5.
Hold on, don't hold your breath. I said that again, but don't listen to me right now because I think someone got suspended. It might not have been him.
Okay.
I think it was either a Texan or a Titan. Someone just got suspended. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, well, my pick is Al-Shaair if he's not suspended. If he's suspended, it's Roquan. You know.
Okay.
This is literally my top 2.
Those are your top 2.
Yeah.
Fucking, who's your third then?
Who's my third? Bro, I don't know. I didn't really think about it. I just remember because I was debating between the 2.
My third was Patrick Queen, but I'm not so sure about Patrick Queen anymore, low key. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, because Patrick Queen, I just said, he's gonna have his shit split among the Steelers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was Danico Autry and
Oh, okay.
it was Danico Autry and Arden Key. So it was like, where did Al-Shaair play? I'm pretty sure he played as a Texan and now he's a Titan.
He's a tight. I think he's
No,
been.
he's a Texan now. He used to be a Titan.
Oh, really?
Isn't that what it is?
No, I think he's a Titan now. I think he's. Let me. No,
They did a bunch of trading
No, he's a Texan now.
What? Al-Shaair's a Tex. Oh yeah.
He was on the Titans last year.
Okay, well he'll be he'll be even better on the Texans. So yeah, I still got him. He was really good last year. And he's pretty young too.
My
Or was a Niner?
confusion was because like
Was he even drafted?
I think so.
they had a Texans.
Yeah, I've seen it. He's on the Texans now. He was on the Titans last year.
Yeah, that was my confusion. Okay, cool. That's not a bad pick. I like the Texans defense. Danico Autry. His name is blanking me right now. D'Amico Ryans. Who's Danico Autry? Someone
Autry
else.
is the fucking. I know he's a defensive player. I forget who he plays for, but
I just looked at that name. He's suspended. That's why.
Oh, I got you.
He's a Texans D and D that's suspended. Picks for the stat leaders and everything. I want to take a look at the NFL Top 100, and then later we'll look at the Madden player ratings and stuff.
I haven't looked at any Madden player ratings. I'm not gonna lie.
Some of them are okay. Like there's only 5.99s as far as I know right now. They were dropping them in stages, so there still might be some to come out.
I've seen the NFL Top 100. Some of the placements are bullshit. A lot of them are, actually.
Terry McLaurin's always so low.
Dude, for some reason Lamar Jackson is number 2 over CMC and Patrick Mahomes. No fucking way. I'm sorry, I love Lamar, but he's not a better player than Patrick Mahomes and CMC. I know he won the MVP, but he's just not a better player than those two guys.
Yeah, that was the thing we saw when I first got here.
No one's talking about Tyreek Hill though at number 1. Like I think that's crazy.
No,
I
that's
think
crazy.
He's not
it's crazy, but I'm not really that surprised. I fucking thought they were gonna do that something shit like that sometime. Kelsey being top 10 is still good. I'm not mad. TJ Watt being 8, I think he should be ranked a little higher than Trent Williams and Myles Garrett. Chris Jones I like at 6 kinda. He should be higher than Myles Garrett though.
Yeah.
Crosby at 10, he should be over Kelsey to be honest at this point.
people are really upset about the Aaron Rodgers one, him being there at all.
I agree. That's fucking stupid because it's always based on last year.
And he only played.
And he played
like
fucking 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's still weird to me, man. Like accolades mean something. Like Lamar was a 70 last year because he he didn't play much, right? But he was still really good. Still a top player when he was playing, but he was number 70. So
Yeah, I mean,
and now he's 2.
he doesn't deserve 2, but he deserves top 5.
Christian McCaffrey is a little overrated. Like he's not better than Mahomes, or I wouldn't say he's better than Myles Garrett either.
No.
I think Patrick Mahomes is a better quarter. Like I think he should beat Patrick Mahomes should be 2 or 1.
Yeah.
Stroud made the top 20. CJ Stroud's number 20.
That's really good.
Justin
I'm actually
Jefferson's
happy about that.
18.
Ohio State guy that I like, CJ
I
Stroud.
rock with CJ Stroud. He deserves. No, he probably 20's.
Well,
right.
his favorite wide receiver is a Michigan guy, so it's okay.
Nico.
Justin Jefferson's at 18. That's pretty low as especially because he still got 1,000 yards, even though he was injured. That's kind of, I get he was injured, but
Yeah,
he still was there, you know.
Bullshit.
Jack, Micah, Dak, and CeeDee Lamb are all ranked within like fucking 5 of each other.
Yeah,
So Micah's number 17.
I feel like they just did, like, it looks like they really just threw this list together just to throw it together.
I mean, they all are, but like some of the placements are funny.
They are all these lists are meaningless as fuck.
Like, they don't do shit.
Because everyone will fucking move like 20 or 30 places or some shit next year, you know?
And what does a number even do? It's just a number from the NFL.
Bro, I never understood it either because
Players.
Because Madden ratings are fucking stupid all the time. There's so many players who are underrated and overrated in Madden.
Yeah. Madden ratings have been bad for a while.
See, like it says Brock Purdy is a better player than Debo and Khalil Mack. He's like right over them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Nick Bosa's right over Purdy too. So Brock Purdy is just right below Nick Bosa, who was Defensive Player of the Year a couple years ago.
I'm glad college football did some shit with ratings, but they were better than Madden ratings. Now that I'm looking at some of them, what the hell are some of these ratings, dude?
Oh, I haven't. I'm still looking at the 100 players, but
this is just kind of crazy, man. The Broncos.
Puka at 33.
Really? Let me see.
Puka at 33. I like that actually.
Hell yeah.
Puking.
Just looking to see if there's any more like controversial ones. I like how Keenan Williams is right over Sauce Gardner. I don't think Keenan Williams is better than Sauce Gardner.
Nah.
I don't know. He's over him by 1 point. Where are people
I
along?
agree with you. Dude, I'm looking at Madden ratings now.
I like. Alright, hold on. I'm changing my page.
I know, I'm still waiting for you. I'm just scouting ahead right now for the episode.
You're good.
And some of these
I got this
chat audience, whatever you guys want to be called.
Bro, what you were saying about them just throwing the list together, the same thing they did with the Cowboys all in like one section with each other, they did the same shit with the Jets.
They did the same shit with the Jets? What did they do?
Look, Sauce Gardner's 38, Ken Williams 37.
And Quincy Williams 32.
Yeah.
What the fuck? They got 3 Jets within each other.
Quincy Williams is not better than Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Absolutely not.
It seems like the players were just going through the divisions in their head or something, or like the teams. They're like, okay, who's the top 10? And then who's like, what are some good players on each team? But yeah.
Like, and there's like throw some random guy on some random team in the middle just to mix it up to make it look like we didn't fucking just think by teams. And
I'm on the Madden one now, and there's a chart I'm looking at where it's all the 5 players in the 99 club. There's Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Trent Williams, 2 Chiefs and 2 Niners. Fuck them, but
Trent Williams.
It's funny that Tyreek Hill says there's a chart here where it shows like where each player started and where they went throughout their career. Trent Williams started at a 95 when I guess his first year in the league. Yeah, but like Tyreek Hill started as a 65. So
that's more impressive.
I don't get. Yeah, that is. It's just like I don't know what makes a rookie a 95 though. Where was he drafted?
I don't know, man. I mean, to be fair, offensive linemen are those types of guys who are just like amazing out of the gate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like Joe Alt is like a 79. Right.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like Madden ratings used to be crazy back in the day. Like they didn't.
Stephon Diggs still being a 92 is wild to me.
Now they have like rating teams and shit, and people like doing like charting it out and shit and making it weird, and it's based on stats. Like if you go into Madden, if you edit your players' awareness, that pretty much like determines your overall. Basically, put your awareness to 0, you're gonna be like fucking horrible. Put your awareness to 99, your character's overall is gonna bump up like 15, 20.
I scrolled too far on the website and I found an ad that says, "Am I gay?" test.
Bro, that happened to Kamani, which is one of my friends who was over
literally yesterday.
Yesterday, bro. It was funny. We were playing a game and he said, "What the fuck? Am I gay?" test.
It says something about you.
That's funny.
I want to see. I think Caleb Williams is like a 76 or some shit, and Marvin Harrison's like a 79.
That's not.
I don't get rookie ratings, and then you give Trent Williams a 95.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was weird to me, but Madden. I'm excited for Madden, bro. I'll tell you what. I am fucking sick. I'm sick of college. I actually deleted the game. I can't stand that fucking game, dude. I suck at it, and I don't care about the teams. So it's like, I'm not playing this game anymore. It makes me too mad.
I'm so good at it. I love it.
I love that game.
It's fucked up. Just I don't know. I like the college-y shit. Like the jet sweeps work super well. Play action works super well. All the goofy stuff, but
everything that would work in college works in the game.
But when I drop back like for normal passes, the pressure's on me right away. I don't know.
It depends.
So I deleted that. I'm excited for Madden.
Line, to be fair, because when I play as Michigan, I'm pretty good. I play as Georgia, I'm good. I play as Ohio State, I'm good.
Well, so here's some fucking controversy. You said Ohio State?
Yeah, I play as Ohio State sometimes. I mean, I hate them, but they're good in the game. I play as
defense is crazy.
Yeah, their defense is fucking crazy.
Where did Dwayne Haskins play?
He played for Ohio State.
Perfect segue into my next thing I was going to talk about.
He tore a fucking hole in our ass. Like, he literally... Dude, it was like 63-29. It was a bad game.
You're tearing a hole in my ass with how close you are to the mic. I regret telling you to be that close.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm just... So Dwayne Haskins, he's been dead for a couple years now at this point. But recently, controversy has arose around his family and his widow from then. He was married, and when he passed away, most of his rights went to his family and everything, and so they got to speak on him. But now they're suing his widow for harassment because anytime they do go and speak on him, she's got something to say, and she's been like withholding his ashes from them and stuff like that. And I saw somewhere where it said they barely knew her in the first place. So now that he's passed away and they're trying to get all the assets and everything bounced around between families, the widow is making it really difficult. And I thought that was pretty fucked up, and we should point that out and boo this woman.
It happens a lot in a lot of people's like marriages and like death and shit like that. Like, and they keep shit from the family. I mean, sometimes, if you know the full story, sometimes it's justified, but sometimes it's not. A lot of times it's not, and sometimes it's just dicks and just kind of trying to control it and get money, and it's fucked up.
Well, it sounds like they were trying to get money out of him before he even passed away, because in the instance, I don't know if you remember, but back when it happened, they were reporting that he had a 0.20% blood alcohol level, and he had traces of like doctor prescribed pills. I can't find the exact words right now, but yeah, he was on drugs and alcohol, and these were things that are alleged to have been like conspiracy. Like he was drugged, and then that happened. He got ran over. He was with some woman at the time who doesn't really elaborate on who the woman was in this story, but yeah, controversy in that story already that never got solved, and now the widow, who the family barely knew apparently, is being all shady and weird and shit. So I don't know. Pointing that out. Moving on. What do we got next? Oh, we're off to the Olympics again. Players have been getting benched, and it's kind of funny. Steve Kerr, Warriors coach, benching Jason Tatum. I don't know. I thought that was funny. What do you think?
It was also Embiid. I mean, it's funny, but I mean, in their exhibition games, the reason they're getting benched is because these games don't matter and don't really count anything towards the gold, the silver, or the bronze. So they're just trying to conserve their players' health and trying not to get them hurt in meaningless minutes.
I'm very confused on how it works.
Play a lot more when the actual tournament starts. When does the actual tournament start?
I don't know. Honestly, I was confused about it too. Like you said, like I didn't know they wasn't even playing for the goal yet.
Yeah, they might not. They might still, or they might be. I don't know, but or maybe they just built up a good enough lead and they don't want to fucking. He wants to conserve his health for the NBA season. I don't know.
I don't know, but I was gonna say they got to Embiid too.
In group stages, so yeah. So it's still in preliminaries, so they don't really need to play their guys that much.
Feels weird that there's preliminaries.
Puerto Rico like by 20.
Yeah, they're in preliminary rounds, so they don't need to. They need to conserve their players' health. That's why people are getting benched.
I like the memes about, bro, just give Derek White his towel. That was funny. I do think it's kind of weird though. Like I remember last week, I did the jersey test with you, or a couple weeks ago, I don't remember, and then you were like, I said, why can you not identify Derek White or Alvarado's jersey as easily as De'Aaron Fox? And you made fun of me for it. And then I thought to myself, why is Derek White in the Olympics and De'Aaron Fox isn't? Or yeah, De'Aaron Fox. Or
fitting what the coach wants for real, because I think the coach picks.
I guess so. But why would you, I don't know. If you're just going to bench Embiid and Tatum too, why even have them?
Left out of the dream team.
I'm going to pretend I have an opinion on that too. Dang.
That's funny.
But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny that they're getting benched in the Olympics. Like Tatum just won a fucking ring and he's not playing versus in apparently an exhibition game. Or exhibition.
Well, I guess it's a group stage game or some shit, so it's not the knockout stages. So if they lose the game, it's not completely over. But when they get a lead, they're gonna sit their good players, or the players who are really really good.
Well, I figure I'm still on the Olympics, so let's just talk a little bit about other Olympic shit. Did you see the Turkish dude with no gear in the shooting the Olympics for shooting?
Oh my god, that dude is a fucking legend. He won silver, but he's the best one there to me, because all those other dudes had that stupid bullshit on their eyes and those stupid sights on their gun. That motherfucker did it with iron sights in his eyeballs.
Yeah, I wonder what that guy does in Turkey. Fucking Hitman Babadoosh or whatever his name is, I don't know.
Bro.
But he, that was cool.
That was nuts. Dude,
what else happened in the
Olympics are crazy, man. Like, so people are talking about this girl from Algeria and saying that she's a man or that she's fucking trans when she's literally not. She has a fucking disease called DSD, and that's what the reason she has a Y chromosome. She literally has a fucking vagina and a female reproductive system. Like,
but she still has the physical capabilities of a man.
No, she doesn't.
How tall is she? You see how... Okay, but she's literally built like a man.
Look at her record. She's 36-9, and she has 4 KOs. If she had the fucking capabilities of a man, she'd have fucking 25 KOs or something.
36-9?
Yeah, and she lost 9 times. The last time she was in the Olympics, she lost every single fight.
Well, I don't imagine she's very good, because when you're like that, you can just kind of get by with cans on size, like she just did in 40 seconds to some girl.
She just beat the fuck out of a tomato can. I mean, that shit just happens, honestly. If she got put up against Clarissa Shields or that Amanda Serrano chick who's always on the Jake Paul cards, like, she'd get her ass whooped.
I gotta find out how tall this individual is. Because that looked very tall.
Also, I don't know why people thought she was trans. She lives in Algeria. It's because Americans are fucking stupid, and they don't like Algeria. Anything trans is literally illegal. Like the surgery and like even identifying as it in general, or just going out as it. So that she's definitely a woman.
Because she's taller than me.
Dude, I know.
She's 5'10".
My fucking my sister's fucking grandma is 6 feet.
Also, it doesn't help that she looks like a dude in the face.
Oh yeah, she's ugly, but damn.
Also, like, when I saw the post, when I saw the original post, it literally said a man. Like, it was wrong, I guess, but
that's because everyone's claiming it, like Logan Paul and all these people and like right wing media.
Bro, that's a that is an unfortunate face for a woman. Is like, all I can say, I guess.
Because there's another boxer who's Asian, Lin Yu Ting, and she also has the same DSD shit, and they had to take DNA tests and shit to get cleared and shit.
We'll talk about the Y chromosome, and like, you know, a little bit about that. I'm sure you saw the failed test. That's why she can't compete in women's boxing. She did at one point, and then she couldn't. They banned her because of her failed chromosome test.
I know, even though that's a fucking stupid thing, because the regulations, they don't know anything about science, and it's literally a condition, a rare condition, where it just changes the chromosomes. It changes nothing about your like muscle structure or anything like that. To be fair, honestly, it could also like be like could be pumping testosterone or some kind of steroid too, if anything. Like, I'd be more worried about that.
I don't see 1 ounce of titty is all I'm saying. So it's like,
I know a lot of bitches with no titties.
Dude, I'm like looking at all these pictures. I'm zooming in and I'm like, I see my chest, my dude, little girl chest. It's weird, but yeah. Shout out her. What else has been going on in the Olympics?
Manly man, big buff chest.
Oh yeah. What do you weigh?
I weigh.
What do you weigh again?
124.
What does Lake weigh?
I weigh like 154.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you were gonna be like a 200-pound person.
He's like 5'9".
Okay, that's like a giant for you, bro. You gotta reach. You gotta jump. You gotta jump to dap him up.
He's like your height.
Yes, that is my height. I've bordered between 5'10" and 5'9" on different things, so I usually just say I'm 5'10".
I border between 5'5" and 5'6". I tend to say 5'6" because I'm a shorter man. Even though I don't really give two fucks because I'm still short regardless, but I still say I'm 5'6". Even though I'm on the shorter side of it.
Shit. I haven't like measured myself in so long, so I don't know how tall I actually am, but it's definitely between like 5'8" and 5'9".
Well, you weigh more than me, I guess. I'm like 145, bro. I'm skinny, man. Sucks. I used to be like 170. Huh?
Bro thought I was 200, bro. That's crazy.
Your voice sounds fat right now.
Bro said something.
He does have a deep voice.
I said your voice sounds fat. But anyway, moving on to some not Olympic basketball. Gordon Hayward is retiring. Oh my gosh. Caleb, I'm sure you have an opinion. What is it?
I do, actually. Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, he fell off, like, so fast, dude, after his injury on the Celtics. So, he was drafted by the Jazz, and he was the dude before Donovan Mitchell on the Jazz who was the shit. He was going to be their next star, and he was next to Rudy Gobert, and he was really fucking good. He was an all-star for, like, 2 years. The last 2 years there. Then he signed with the Celtics. He was going to be the secondary piece to Kyrie. And in the first game, he broke his fucking leg going up for a dunk, and it was crazy. I watched that live. And it was disgusting. And then when he came back, he was just never the same. Went to the Hornets, and then he just kept getting less and less playing time. Played for OKC, didn't even play at all. Now he can't really get a contract, so he just retired. Like, it's kind of like that injury ruined his career.
He was still on the Thunder before this, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he didn't see the vision, I guess. There's not enough talent on this team for him to just sit on the fucking bench and get a chip in a year or two, but whatever. Fucking bye. And there's only a few more things I want to talk about. I'm not like we're super MLB or anything, but Mike Trout, very important player to the league, just tore his left meniscus. This is like the second time in a year, or like 6 months or whatever.
Yeah,
out for the season.
Out for the season now. Mike Trout like always has season-ending injuries
For real.
every fucking year almost, so I'm not surprised, but this sucks. I always see it happen because everyone's like, oh wow, Mike Trout, I can't wait to see him actually have a healthy season. Oh, never mind.
I mean, I like when baseball's got super cool players that can almost guaranteed entertainment. Like Joe Soto on our team is one of those that's like a high level name, but he kind of just gets a lot of balls when I watch him play. He's not that great, but then Aaron Judge comes up and he fucking, he hits the only thing anyone's hit all night sometimes. And Mike Trout's one of those guys.
Stanton can hit fucking home runs too.
On our team?
Yeah, Giancarlo Stanton.
I don't know that guy. I know Mr. Chisholm we just got because he wears cool gloves and stuff, and people like that.
Chisholm is really good. He played for the Marlins. He was their only player worth a fuck.
I had a buddy of mine who's also a Yankees fan. I told him we got that guy, and he was like, oh yeah, he's mid, he's overrated, blah, blah, blah. And then I tuned into the game that night after he said that, and he had like 2 home runs, and he got a few outs and shit, had some good plays. Not outs like a pitcher, but like he got the ball where it had to go. And I was like, haha, Alfonso. He heard you talking shit, and he was like, yeah, he does this during the regular season. Good for him. He wears his little glove.
The Braves traded. We traded our pitcher Tyler Matzik for 2 guys who used to be on our team for our championship team in 2021. Matzik was a part of it. We had to trade him, but we got the World Series MVP back, who won World Series MVP for us, Jorge Soler, and we got, who was the other player? I forgot. I don't remember his name, sadly, but he was also a part of the championship team, and happy to have him back. Really cool.
Well, the only thing I have left after that is the saddest thing I've had to talk about since we've started this. Tony Ferguson, UFC legend, El Kukui.
In a row.
8 in a row.
Oh my god. Let's go through them, right? So when I started watching MMA, I started with Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero. Boring ass card. And then the next card, COVID hit. Yeah, and then COVID hit, and then it was the first pay-per-view that was in no crowd, just listening to naked punches. And it was, of course, it had to be Justin Gaethje versus Tony Ferguson once Khabib couldn't fight for the belt. And then Tony had done like 2 weight cuts within 2 months or some shit like that. Really bad idea. And he got his ass beat really bad. I don't know if you've seen that fight, Caleb, but it was rough. He was like seeing fucking people in the corner or some shit. He was looking away and shaking his head. It was really weird. And then he fought Charles Oliveira, nearly got his arm broken, ate that shit somehow. And then he fought Beneil Dariush, who took the last little bit of resiliency he had left, heel hooking the shit out of his knee. Still brought him to a decision, but then the next fight was Michael Chandler. Tony was looking good, man.
NFT.
Huh?
When he got turned into an NFT.
Oh my god. Man, stop. I'm still grieving, bro. This is not the time for that. Damn. He's just like... Anyway, and then he got his face kicked off.
Tony.
Huh?
I said it's depressing talking about Tony.
Yeah, I'm running through it, and then his weird retirement. Caleb, I think you were busy, so I'll tell you a little about that. But he got his face kicked off by Chandler, then he got choked by Nate Diaz.
I remember.
Then he got fucking beat up by Bobby Green, or he got choked by Bobby Green, beat up by Paddy Pimblett. This feels like I've been talking for an hour about Tony losing already. And then recently, just yesterday, he fought Michael Chiesa. It was looking okay. He was like, yeah, I've sparred 120 rounds, which is crazy. And then he got taken down and submitted super easily. And it's just like, throughout all those losses, you slowly see all his ability being taken away. Like, he couldn't perform against Gaethje. He couldn't grapple against Charles. He couldn't grapple against Beneil. He couldn't grapple anymore. And then he couldn't strike against Chandler anymore. It's just, everything went away, and his ability to fight through shit went away once he got choked by Bobby Green and Now Chiesa was out. It was so fast too. He just slid that shit in really quick, and it was unfortunate. Like Tony didn't even really fight.
Yeah.
But then he got up, and then they talked to Chiesa, and they went over to Tony, and they were like, "Hey, Tony, you've had a great career. How do you think it's gonna go? Are you retiring?" And then he's like, he didn't say anything for a while. He just kind of listened to the crowd screaming like it was some WWE shit. Also, SummerSlam just happened. That reminded me of that. But he fucking said, "I'm not sure. I'm gonna go talk to my wife and kids." So he took off one glove and put it in the middle of the octagon, and then kept the other one.
That motherfucker's too addicted to the fight game. He should have retired so long ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to go out on a loss, but yeah, I don't know.
But 8 is crazy.
I think maybe Joe Lozon will need an opponent or something, and then they'll call Tony. He'll get a win. I don't know.
We just gotta get Tony against like the biggest fucking shitter.
Yeah, people have been saying. I mean, people haven't been saying seriously, but as a joke, people have been saying, "Give him Muhammad Makayev, man. He wants to fight for free, just to stay in the UFC." He said that. I don't know if you saw that, Caleb. He said, "I'll fight for free if I get to come back."
Damn.
Just for one fight, I guess. But yeah, he said, "I'll fight my next fight for free." And I don't know. Let Tony beat up a flyweight, I guess. Fuck it.
Okay, let's do it.
So yeah, that's all that's happened. Actually, Davison Figueiredo also knocked down Chito Vera yesterday for the first time in his career, so that's cool.
Yeah, Davison Figueiredo whooped his ass.
I like Figgy, man. He's pretty elite to watch.
He had Cheeto.
He had Cheeto, bro. They're only by knockout. That's really it. But what's coming up next? UFC
308.
Let me check and see what's next.
Is it
308. I mean, you can talk about 308 real quick. I'm looking up the next.
The Shenanigans of the week.
But yeah, the shenanigan of the week, fucking, it goes to Anthony Ammirati for his pole vault attempt, where it looked like he was about to clear it, and then his ginormous penis smacked the bar right off of the thing, and then he lost.
Damn.
And yeah, it's not nothing much to it. They said he hit it with his legs already, and it kind of wobbled. But then he came back down and smacked it with his dick, and it's very visible in the video. And he kind of looks like Mitch Trubisky, honestly. Kind of weird.
That's funny. Like, hey, man.
And he's got a snake tattoo on his arm. Ah!
Well,
I get it. It's his dick.
Well, shit, man. I mean, unfortunate things happen, and that happened to him, but he wins in the end. He's gonna get a few.
He wins in the end because he has a big dick.
Yeah, because he's gonna get a few DMs. Oh my god, I just seen the video of it. What the fuck? Yo!
That thing is big. That thing is. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that again for research.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because he hit it with his leg, but that.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That's crazy. This was a good episode, y'all. I hope everyone enjoyed. Lake's input on.
I'm gonna real quick. Fuck the Niners.
All right, man. You got it.
All right, but guys, we will see you all in episode 29. He might actually still be here for episode 29. So if you
Tap in.
tap in. Peace out.